Wow, 10 out of 10, amazing buff, definitely Saunils is broken now, best money per hour in the game, 1 billion per hour, 3 billion per hour, definitely worth the time to revisit this place. So yeah, I'm done with it, let's review it and see how it stacks up nowadays. How do you think Saunils was in the past, before the recent buff patch? About 6 months ago, according to my Garmoth entries, is the last time I came here when I did the original review, when Elvia was originally released, 4 hours and 40 minutes, so almost 5 grinded, with today's prices 337 million silver per hour average on yellow loot scroll with a drop rate event as well, and 8.8 thousand trash per hour average, which obviously nowadays it is a bit faster, especially considering that this was all done on Corsair and Valk just simply grinds faster. Fast forwarding to today, according to the patch notes, the Crystallized Despair drop rate was increased by 70%, so quite massive. Scorching Sun Shard 15%, meh. Blackstones 40% higher drop rate, it's okay. Corrupted Breath, irrelevant item but 80% higher, you will never sell these on the marketplace anyway. And BMCs 60% higher, so not exactly low numbers, a decent buff you could say, if only this resulted in this area being actually good. So how did my 6 hours here go this time? Pretty much the same as Giants, honestly, there's not much of a difference. In terms of grinding, it's the same. In terms of being contested, again, not contested at all. And in terms of bosses, again, the same. I got 6 bosses in 6 hours, with 1 hour having 2 bosses and 1 hour having none, but still 6 of them in total. And I did spawn the yellow event thingy, the yellow circle, the yellow ring, twice. I got one of them that activated the item and a second item that I popped on Corsair, and 5 minutes later I kept waiting, it didn't pop a second ring, so I suppose you have to be very close to the red portal thingy for it to actually work. So out of those two, only one of them turned useful. I also got fairly lucky with this item, which I believe it's the cheap one-use merchant ring effect thingy. So hey, not bad 6 hours, pretty decent RNG, right? So how does this look in terms of money per hour or results? First of all, this is my bank at the end of the 6 hours. I had 2 hours out of those on Blue Plus Agris just because I wanted to burn it and to test it, so it's higher trash than what you will see later. And yeah, first Excel. Let's start with the Excel spreadsheet. Money per hour wise, 375 million silver, barely any higher than what it was 6 months ago on yellow loot scroll. Again, drop rate event, Kama Blessing, yellow for baseline, so still good buffs. This time around, 10,000 trash per hour average, or 10.3 if you include the boss trash as well. My distribution of trash per hour, the first one was on Corsair on stream, fairly slow I would say, even by today's standards, 8.6. The last one again on Corsair, but off stream to see if I can grind faster, it didn't even reach 10,000, just almost. And all of these on Valk, let's say stream, off stream, 10.3 thousand. I pushed this one as fast as possible to burn Agris and see how fast I can actually grind. 10,000 and 10,000. My estimation is 11,000 rush per hour. I should be able to do this if I push and get practice with the area, in which case it's about 411 million silver per hour, or 500 if you do Blue Plus Agris for 1 hour. This pairs pretty bad drop rate personally, even with a 80 or 70% whatever it was increased chance, it's still, maybe my RNG was just complete garbage, but this is what I got. And shards, just standard, it averaged 8 of them per hour and only 3 despairs, and yeah, that's basically it. I should say no distortions, I didn't drop a single distortion earring, maybe that's why it looks so bad. If I put one of them in the spreadsheet, just like I had at Giants, then it goes up to about 420 million silver per hour, which looks very close to Giants. What a surprise. Or 460 with the faster speed. Pretty underwhelming, isn't it? Let's look at Agris Efficiency to see if that one changed in any way. This is a spreadsheet, blah blah blah. Well, let's just say it didn't. The old Saunils entry, the first one, and the new one with this icon, retested today when on the fast run. At least I can say I burn more points per hour because I grind faster trash per hour wise, but efficiency wise it's exactly the same because it wasn't changed. Which basically means average, whatever, acceptable. If you don't have any other choice, you can use Agris, but it's not exactly recommended. For experience and skill points, now we have 3 entries. Saunils is just slightly better than Giants in terms of experience, but maybe it's because trash per hour wise, I just got slightly faster speed, so I suppose they are both basically the same experience per hour, which matches most of Elvia. You can burn experience scrolls here, but you're still getting more at, say, Orc Camp or Gyfians. So it's not best in the game, but you get what I mean. And skill points, again, matches most of Elvia. Bad skill points, don't expect anything here, and definitely don't try to pop skill point scrolls here, because it's not worth it. Next up, loot scroll efficiency. Should you use blue loot scroll or yellow? I assume most of you know how this calculator works by now. I hope so. You only care about this number here, and it's 60%. Ideally, it should be 200 to be perfect efficiency, but it's never the case. I would say you're better off using blue. Maybe you can use yellow if you want, but this is only if you don't drop any distortions and you make more money from trash. This is my session added on yellow from the money per hour average without the distortion earring. This money per hour 376, trash per hour including the boss trash as well, trash price again including the boss trash as well to have everything that actually dropped, drop rate converted into blue, and I used 36% for the blue loot scroll instead of 33 because the mini Saunils, the mini elites that you kill every now and then, those can drop or will drop you more trash. If I go back here and put 1 for distortion to increase my money per hour average, then it will also update this one, the calculator, and it drops the efficiency to 52% if you get at least 1 distortion every 6 hours. So yeah, I would recommend blue loot scroll. Yellow is meh at around 50% efficiency. And lastly, we have the Garmoth entries, 6 hours and 4 minutes in total because of this one. Again, yellow loot scroll, comma blessing, drop rate event for rare stuff, loot, 382 million silver, not even 400, 10,000 trash, just like on Excel. This one, 10.7, a bit higher just because 1 hour and 4 minutes, but yeah, excluding the Corsair sessions, these two that were slower, I would assume this should be 10.5 average, maybe even 11 plus 1000 trash, like this hour off stream. If I try hard for every hour, should be 11 plus, but regardless, it's not even 400 million silver because I didn't drop any distortions. For the global data, this is where we can start to see some differences. Out of 1.8 thousand hours done by other players, they are averaging almost 500 million silver per hour on the same buffs, drop rate event, comma blessing, and yellow loot scroll. So others had better luck than me. If you remember, I averaged 3 despairs per hour, they averaged 4.1, so a bit higher, at least one of them extra per hour, and for them, these toes were 1 in 3 hours. So out of my 6 hours, I should have dropped 2 distortions, but I got none. So that's most likely why, well, slower trash per hour on average. So yeah, maybe you can expect 500-ish on Saunils, but I suppose it's all up to your RNG. TLDR, I suppose, as a conclusion to the video, I got meh, really bad RNG. Essentially, I made less money here than I did at Giants. For me, it was a very bad area, and I would definitely not recommend this place. I would not come back here. If anything, just grind whatever makes you money, like centaurs, orcs, or gyfins, whatever you can grind, make a lot of money and just buy your Elvia materials, because this is definitely not worth your time. If you have very good RNG with distortions, or like other players got from the Garmoth Global data, then I suppose maybe you can expect 500 billion silver on average, but I didn't get that. So that's my review, that's my conclusion. Disappointing. I don't even know if I want to go through the other one, Rutums, but eventually I will. Until then, I suppose I'm just gonna go stream and grind and make my money back, because I enhanced like 13 billion silver and it all failed. Let's just say, well, we have 100% drop rate, so might as well grind. Catch you next time, and until then, stay happy and bye bye.